Welcome to Lingua Latina, Chapter 15, Lesson 3. Listen as I read this Latin section. Discipuli libros aperiunt, item librum suum aperit magister, ac recitare incipit, pueri autem, priorem libri partem tantum audiunt, nam antequam magister partem libri posteriorem recitare incipit, omnes pueri dormiunt. Magister recitare desinit et exclamat, Ho, improbi discipuli, dormitis? Quod recito non auditis? Marcus magistro irato, ego, inquit non dormio, immo vigilo et te audio magister. Item sextus et Titus, neque nos dormimus inquiunt, vigilamus, et omnia verba tua audimus, bene recitas Theodore, bonus es magister. Okay, practice your pronunciation for that section, all of section 3, lesson 3, and now let's go back and translate. The students open their books. Likewise, the teacher opens his book and begins to recite. But the boys hear only the first part of the book, for before the teacher begins to read the last part of the book, all of the children are sleeping. The teacher stops reciting and exclaims, "Oh, bad students! You're sleeping! You're not listening to what I'm reciting." Marcus says to the angry teacher, "I am not sleeping. On the contrary, immo. I'm awake, vigilo, and I hear you, te audio, magister." Likewise, Sextus and Titus say, "Nor are we sleeping. We're awake, and we're listening to all your words. You recite well, Diodorus. You're a good teacher." Let's go back and look at the margin notes, and then read it with understanding in the original. We have here that the prior is the opposite of the posterior. Okay, so prior in the nominative, in the masculine and feminine is prior, prior. And then in the neuter, prius, the first part. It's the opposite of the posterior, the last part. Prior pars also can mean the beginning. When you have this little colon, it means that this is not an equivalent. It's not a synonym, prior pars and initium, beginning. But in this context, that prior pars, but the boys listen to only the priorem partem, means the beginning in that context, the first part. And let's look at the other margin notes. Pars posterior here again means in this context the end. He begins to recite the end, the last part, the end. Here we have a picture of the magister recitating. Okay, magister recitat, the teacher recites, and the discipuli dormiunt, the students sleep. And here quod, where he says, "What I'm reciting, you are not hearing." Quod, just like qui at the beginning of a sentence can mean he who, quod at the beginning of a sentence can mean that which. So you're not listening to that which I recite. Okay, let's go back and read at least a sentence in the original and understand it with pictures in our mind rather than English words. Discipuli libros aperiunt. Item librum suum aperit magister, ac recitare incipit. Pueri autem priorem libri partem tantum audiunt, nam antequam magister partem libri posteriorem recitare incipit, omnes puri dormint.